Welcome to Zoom TV, the show where we explore everything that flies, drives and floats and take you along for the experience. Coming along for the experience today is my friend Cassie Hart. G'day, Cass. Thanks for being
G'day,
here.
Alan. Thanks for having me.
Well, Aaron Pitt is off. He's having his hair done, I think, so I get to work with Cassie, which is terrific. Welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, he asked me to step in. He's having a bit of a hair emergency, apparently.
Yes. So where are we?
Today we are at Wireless Hill Park. It's a beautiful day, so we thought we'd check out the view.
Beautiful day it is indeed. And what's on today's show, Cass?
Well, first up, Dan Paris is going to check out the Mitsubishi Outlander.
The Outlander is so shy, well, guess I'll have to do the bragging for it.
Aaron and Allan, the A-team, what did you guys get up to this week?
Well, we actually jump in an aeroplane and do some aerobatics. And don't forget our Celebrity Hitchhiker, where Aaron Pitt gets to meet Adam and Selina.
The magicians.
Yes. So really big show. Are you ready, Cass?
I'm ready, Alan.
You're positive?
I think so.
Absolutely certain.
Yep.
Welcome to
Zoom
Zoom
TV.
TV.
When you're sitting in the cab of a car for the very first time, tell me, what do you notice? You like me? Does the discovery of a new vehicle begin with a whole bunch of tapping and poking? Hard plastic sound? That's bad. Soft and padded? Now that's a sign of quality. May also mean you're sitting in the latest model Mitsubishi Outlander. In the highly competitive SUV market, the Outlander has never tried to show off, preferring to be the quiet achiever. It gives you value for money without the ostentation of the other brands and models. In fact, the Outlander is so shy, well, guess I'll have to do the bragging for it. The third generation LS model Outlander is powered by a 2 or 2.4 litre petrol engine, or like this one, it's the 2.2 litre diesel engine, which delivers the smoothest of acceleration. Now, the great thing about this diesel engine is it comes with a conventional 6-speed automatic gearbox, which means it doesn't rev as much when you're at high speeds. And the result is a much quieter drive. In fact, you hardly know if you're driving a diesel. It looks as though Mitsubishi have listened to some of their critics before the redesign of this third generation model, because there've been some really noticeable changes made, particularly in the interior finishes. There's plenty of these polished black accents, soft touch plastics, and a well-designed touchscreen in-dash to make this incarnation feel much more upmarket than its price tag suggests. The rest of the cab is just as impressive, with space being the order of the day. Now, there's enough cup holders in here to start a nightclub, and there's all the usual storage space you'd find in the previous models. And the feature that makes the Outlander so admired, a 7-seat capacity. Just keeps getting better. So while the kids entertain themselves out the back, you can amuse yourself with any of the fantastic features available up front. The 6.1-inch touchscreen gives you access to audio and climate controls, reversing camera, and a colour instrument meter. There's plenty of room up front for a long-legged bloke like me, and what I think is quite impressive is the amount of headroom they've given us. Well, don't worry about that third row of seats taking up all your space. They fold down really easy. Fill that space with whatever you fancy. But what good is legroom if the drive's no good? Well, you don't have to worry, because the new LS Outlander is a complete pleasure to drive. The ride quality is smooth, even on their 16-inch alloy rims, and the steering has a nice light feel that makes it easy to manoeuvre in a tight car park. The locals at Mitsubishi Australia have also tweaked the chassis slightly to make sure the Outlander performs even better on our roads. The brakes are predictable and firm, and that diesel engine has some nice low-end grunt. But despite the diesel, it's still really quiet, which gives the whole car a classier, more refined feel. Now, they've been working hard on the safety aspects of the latest models, and they've achieved a 5-star ANCAP safety rating. Would you believe there's 7 airbags dotted around this cabin? And they included ABS, EBD and active traction control. The highest possible safety rating is in no small part due to the new highly rigid cabin structure, which allows for crumple zones where they're useful and strength where it's needed. You also get rear parking sensors and an immobiliser for added peace of mind. In a nutshell, take everything you loved about the previous model, add a better ride quality and a nicer interior. Oh, and don't forget the 7 seats. And there you have the latest Outlander. If you'd like to get to know it better, John Hughes Mitsubishi in Vic Park is the place to go, or you can jump on our website. It's zoomtv.com.au and follow the links.
Thanks, Dan. After the break, Alan and Aaron get aerobatic.
Alan and I are at Jandakot Airport, which is about half an hour out of Perth. And Alan, what are we here to do?
Well, this is not your average business class flight with Qantas that you are always on. This is something a little more daring, a little more scary.
Now, the producers have sent us here because, I mean, we're on Zoom TV and we've got to do things that fly, drive and float. And unfortunately for me, I don't know about you, Alan, well, you have your captain's license, I believe, for a plane. Not me. I'm not the biggest fan of flying. So what are we going to do when we get in there?
This is Attitude Aerobatics, and they are going to tip this guy upside down, inside out, and probably make him fill his kimbies. Let's get suited up.
I'm excited, a little bit nervous. Didn't sleep much last night. After you, bud.
No, after you, I insist.
Oh, this is going to be great. How are you, Darius?
Very well, thank you.
Alan, how you going?
Alan, nice to meet you. Darius.
Okay, now you've taken us through the safety training.
That's right.
You've told us what we're going to expect. Now, this is the baby we're doing it in.
This is it. This is the Extra 300. This is what we're going to be flying in today. It's a unlimited category aeroplane. It means basically it'll do everything. You will brake before the aeroplane brakes.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I don't want you to break anything, really. Now, Darius, I don't know if you know, but Alan is one of the senior members of the team. I have utmost respect for you, and I believe that you are an experienced pilot. So all of that put into the one mixing pot, I think I should let him go first. What do you reckon?
Makes sense.
You just want me to
No,
wind
no,
out the bugs.
no, I don't. I trust
Guinea
you,
pig,
Darius.
they
I really
call
do.
it.
I'm going to leave you with Darius.
pig.
I'm going to go and make some
Excellent.
phone calls because I have to make some important phone calls.
Goodbye.
And leave you here. That'd be awesome.
Bye-bye.
Take care, Al. Good to see you.
Excellent.
What have we got, Darius? What do we do?
Okay, Al, today you're sitting in the front,
Cool.
I'm sitting in the back. Let me just get this mat out for you.
Beauty. Most of us will be aware of the Red Bull air race that happens very low over the beautiful Swan River in Perth, Western Australia. This is the very same aircraft, not a pretend one, the real deal. Okay, what do we do?
Okay, foot step,
Yep.
straight up onto the mat, and then
And I do get frequent flyer points, don't I?
you get frequent flyers today. Yes, you certainly do.
Tango Whiskey Alpha, clear for takeoff.
Here we go.
Thank you, Chris operator into the southeast boundary, operating across runway 30.
Well, we're just gaining a little bit of altitude now so that Captain Darius can show us his stuff. Attitude Aerobatics provide a spectacular aerobatics joy flight experience. Operating the world-class Extra 300L, a two-seater unlimited-class German-built aerobatic aircraft, just like those seen in the Red Bull air races, you'll experience the horsepower to make yours a truly unforgettable flight. This really is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, with the exhilaration of flight, the thrills of tumbling through the sky, and the adrenaline-pumping aerobatics that only the Extra can deliver. The Extra 300L is a power-packed aerobatic aircraft that has taken the world stage by storm. From mild to wild, the choice is yours. Cannot do that in any other aircraft. Thank you very, very much, Captain Darius. I've had an absolute ball.
Oh, how was it, mate? Was he sick, Darius? Or?
No, he wasn't sick. He was whipping and hollering away. I think he was having a fat old
Mate,
time.
it looks a little bit wet in there, buddy.
Mate, it's lovely in here, but I must hand over the sacrificial sick bag. You are going to need that.
Okay, well, there you go. Now, later in the show, if you stick around, I'll take to the sky with Darius. Now, Darius, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Okay, I just want
I'm
you to get
feeling
in there.
confident.
Get in there, I want you to take a little sip of water and get focused, okay?
You're in for trouble.
I may be a new addition to this show just this year, but I must say, I'm not sure whether it's through careful planning or just sheer luck, The cars I've been asked to review have been an absolute pleasure. In fact, several of them have made it to my wish list. This car, however, I can confidently say is up there at the top. And that was before I was asked to take it for a spin. It's hard to know where to begin with the new look Toyota GX RAV4. There's a large amount of choice, be it all-wheel drive, petrol or diesel, or even when it comes to engine size. So I've decided to keep it simple. The model I want to show you is entry level. It's the 2-litre petrol GX two-wheel drive. But don't be tempted to think that simple means basic. Check this out. Good looking, isn't it? But then the RAV4 has always been a benchmark when it comes to style and curves. But before I get all carried away with its looks, allow me to get serious for a second. Under here is a 4-cylinder petrol engine that punches out 107 kilowatts of power. And in there is a 6-speed manual gearbox. That's one for nearly every day of the week. Wayne, an exceptional car. I've really enjoyed discovering it. What's the fuel consumption like?
Dan, they work out fuel consumption on a highway and a city cycle, and the RAV4 has got a combined feature of 7.7 litres per 100 kilometres.
Well, how does that compare? Is that quite good?
It's actually really good. You've got a lot of passenger cars that were under 10 litres per 100 kilometres, and to get a SUV at 7.7 is really good motoring.
Well, that's fantastic. That's technology for you too. And this is a car that has a history. It's been around. We've loved it for so many years. I mean, why do we like it so much?
Actually, Toyota pioneered the SUV market back in about '93 with a 3-door RAV4, and we've seen that evolve over time with different models to what we have today with a 4x2 and an SUV, and today we're reviewing the 4x2 model.
Now, I don't usually do this, but I've got to ask you the tough question. What does it actually cost?
July is Golden Month for Toyota, so it's 50 years celebrating Toyota in WA, and so this month they've got a special at $29,888 drive away, and it's licence, stamp duty and metallic paint.
Under 30 grand drive away.
It's great value.
Isn't it? If you're a fan of a good abbreviation, then you'll be excited to learn that this is a car with all the latest and greatest technology. An acronym waiting to happen. EBD for your electronic brake force distribution, SRS airbags, there's 7 of those, RPS for rear parking sensors, and between that, the brake assist and the vehicle stability control. I must tell you, driving this car is incredibly smooth. While we're inside, I'll make note of just how comfy it feels in here. No doubt these front bucket seats have a lot to do with that. And there's a surprising amount of space. I mean, you certainly don't feel like you're sitting in a small car. After having a drive, I'm really at home in this little gem. And being a 5-seater, that means there's boot space. In this case, there's plenty of it. You know what? I reckon there's enough room in there to pack all the gear needed for the most adventurous weekend. Now, this, of course, is the entry-level RAV4. There are several other models, so to check them out, go to citytoyota.net.au, or you can follow the links from our site, zoomtv.com.au.
Coming up, part 2 of Aaron and me doing some aerobatics. We actually get to see Aaron's hair stand on end, and that's worth seeing. That's after the break here on Zoom TV.
Oh, here he
Aaron,
comes.
before you go,
Here he comes.
right? It's not girly to scream.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
we won't think any less of
okay.
you.
Yep.
We won't think you less manly. If you want to scream like a girl, go ahead.
Seriously, that's why I love you, Al.
Will you tell me if he does?
It's a lot of love. There's a lot of anxiety and excitement that builds up just even sitting here on the tarmac. You can't beat the view that you guys get from your office window every day.
It's just fantastic.
As Alan explained earlier, most Joyflight aircraft are simple trainers. Attitude Aerobatics, however, use a world-class competition aircraft as selected by numerous air races around the world. Power, speed and agility, and not to mention 300 horsepower of screaming engine, provide for an eye-opening experience. This is something I've always wanted to give a go, but have been very anxious to do. And if you have reservations like me, don't stress too much, because the pilots at Attitude Aerobatics will talk you through the whole flight. And because you're the only passenger, your pilot becomes your best friend very quickly. Now, there's no way that I can come up here and actually make use of the sick bag, dare I? So I don't want to use it. I'm happy for you to be gentle on me. I'm happy that you were hard on the old man, but you got to be gentle on me.
If you'd just like to check your harness is all secure, those two levers are locked down, and if you'd like to tighten it up, now is a really good time. And just pulling up, down the horizon for a barrel roll.
I got to tell you, mate, you're awesome. Thank you very much.
Very, very welcome.
Mate, glad to be down here again. Glad to be down here.
Welcome back.
That was, I just can't put the words, I just don't know the words to explain that, Al. That was
Till you
awesome.
do it, you've got no comprehension of how much fun that is.
The feeling like we did was it a hammerhead roll or?
We did some loops, some barrel rolls. We did a hammerhead turn where we just got to the top and came over. I think that's where you peaked. I think that's where you peaked.
I want to prove that the spew bag was not used.
No.
It was almost used, but unfortunately we had to come back in because of the weather. But it was a lot
A little
of fun.
bit of nasty weather, unfortunately, but better safe than sorry.
I tell you what, if you want to give someone a present or just make a mark with somebody, get onto this guy because that was unbelievable. Thank you so much. So
Very
much.
welcome,
Adam.
Thanks,
gents.
Bryce.
Thanks
Well
for coming down.
Okay, cheers.
If you'd like to find out more about Attitude Aerobatics, go to zoomtv.com.au.
After the break, we'll be back with our Celebrity Hitchhikers.
Yes, the magical Adam and Selina. Look into my eyes, Cass. Say, see you after the break.
See you after the break.
Adam, how are you?
Aaron, nice to meet you.
Selina,
Aaron.
how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you both.
You too.
I have to apologise. It's a little bit cramped in here, and I apologise.
It's nice and cozy, isn't
That's
it?
okay.
Yeah.
I've never had three in here before, so
But I've got somewhere in mind if you want to go anywhere else.
I don't think we have enough time.
I'll be quick. I'll be quick. We can get there quick.
If you promise it's quick, let's go.
Okay, ready?
That's it.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
Oh, amazing, eh?
Hey, look at that.
Well, guys, where are we? You've brought us to a beautiful coffee shop, but you didn't bring my hair.
No, I'm sorry. We do magic, not miracles. We do.
I heard that before. Now, most people like me would have met you guys on Australia's Got Talent. So you're a magic couple. I mean, are you the magician? How does it work? Explain it.
Well, pretty much the old stereotype is that I'm the magician, she's the assistant, but not with us. We are brother and sister. So, we find that we're more like on-stage partners, so we are like partners in crime.
Did you find it was hard before you were exposed to Australia's Got Talent, or you had a career before that? Or?
Yeah, no, we've been doing magic since we were 8 years old, so we've been professionally since 10, and that's when we all started. So it's just been a long journey. I mean, we just had the vision. We wanted to do big, spectacular shows, which we're doing.
I think that's why we work very well together, because we have that vision and it's very similar, so we're on the same path.
So how do you come up with your tricks?
She's the one that comes up with these crazy ideas.
it's
She's
me.
like
It's
the
me.
daredevil. You know, I'd like to take the credit, but she's actually the daredevil. She's the one who, decides to, light stuff on fire and, say, put me in the box and stab me. It's
I think I'm a superhuman. I don't know why, but
If someone at home is wanting to be inspired by you guys and follow your path, what would you tell them they have to do well?
Work hard. If you have something, if you can believe it, you can see it in your mind's eye, and you go and chase what you're worth.
So guys, it's time for the Asander Fast 5, okay? You ready? We'd normally do this in the Zoomobile. I have no idea where it is. Okay, so what was the first car you ever owned?
Honda Civic.
Honda Civic as well. I got his old one.
Hand-me-downs, I love it. What is your opinion of the best car on the road?
Or Aston Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, same as me.
Yeah,
Love it.
all right. Yeah.
No, Aston Martin all the way.
What is your opinion of the worst car on the street?
The thing that
Actually,
looks like a frog.
Yeah, that froggy
The
looking
frog-looking car.
What's that one?
Smart car?
Yeah,
Is it the
the
smart
green.
car?
Is it smart car?
It's
Yeah,
the smart car. And lastly, I suppose, or the last hard question, is what car do you currently drive?
Honda Civic.
Oh, there you go.
Toyota.
Oh, there you go. So love it. Love it. 2 sponsors. There you go. Offended 2 sponsors and made up with 2 sponsors, which is beautiful. And the last question is, what's your biggest fear?
Heights.
I love the way you guys answer together. That's awesome. Now, guys, if people want to come and see your show, because you're travelling in Australia all the time, where would the Zoom people go to find out more about you?
Well, they can go on our website, which is adamandselina.com, where we've got lots of new events, and we're touring the country all the time, and we'll be in a theatre near you.
Okay, there you go. So, how about you show me a trick now?
Okay, well, how about this? I like doing stuff with money. I've got something with a $5 note, yeah? I've always liked this, where you can take a $5 note like this, yeah, and fold it in half like this, fold it in half again, fold it like this, and then just wave it like this, and turn it into a $50 note. Something like that, you know?
Yeah. So I've got a couple of 5s.
You can just sit me in the corner down here.
Yeah, we just sit there all day, you know, making money. It's
that's
great.
what we do. We just sit in the corner and do that.
Well, that's it for another week of Zoom TV. If you want any more information on any of the stories you've seen today, just jump onto our website, zoomtv.com.au.
And if you'd like to promote your business or product, we'd love to hear from you. Just go to that website, follow the links, and we'll do the rest.
Well, that's it for me, Alan.
I don't know. I've enjoyed working with you. Sorry, big guy, Aaron Pitt, it could be over. Until next time, bye for now.
And that's a wrap.